this very, very shortly, and shout outs to Dyla for being sponsored by the Eagles, apparently. No, I'm kidding. What is SYE? I'm trying to figure out what SYE stands for, because I just see the E and I think Eagles, because they've got the hoodie on.
I don't know. But, either way, it probably could, I don't know. I was about to say college, but I don't know where E would come from. But either way, we're going to start off on PS2 here. And there we go. A little bit of that planking action. Just get a little bit of damage on there. A couple soccer balls.
Oh my god.
It just went right into that combo. He's on, I'm on stage now, and I'm in your face.
He's just 88%. That's the power of deep breathing. And Nair Dare as a combo tool?
Oh! I thought Dyla was about to go out there for that back air we saw a couple times earlier tonight. And oh my god, charge up that down smash. But Lui-Jesus not worried about a thing, man. Deep breathing into that forward tilt. Woo!
And now coming back onto stage, tries to get that pivot grab as well. Gets the up smash instead and gets the down smash too. Dyla just completely reversing the situation, making it back to an almost fully even game and not giving Lui-Jesus any opportunity to make deep breathing active again.
But there we go, a nice 37% to get things started here on the second stock class. We're gonna see if they can find a way to keep this going, but right now, Lui gets back on stage and just finds a way to make this entire match, like, their tempo. It's actually really insane how well they've been playing.
Yeah, both of these players are trying to be the one in control of the pace of the match, and it seems like neither one of them has really had the upper hand in that. It's just that they're taking turns. Dyla, though, now has control of the stage, is going to be looking for this F-tilt 2-frame, doesn't find it, goes for it again, tries for the grab 2, and gets a meaty bear for their troubles.
Yeah, definitely went a little too late on that grab, and, you know, they probably were expecting, you know, Lui to kind of dash back or something like that, but, like, the way that they've been playing, this is not a Wii Fit trainer who's scared. Like, they're going to get right up in your face, putting down some big damage, some big hits, throwing out that salute to the sun. That was a little too close for my comfort. Dyla was a little brave getting up that early.
Yeah, and we've also seen Lui-Jesus like pretty fluidly switch between planking on the ledge and then just being in your face with combos, but Dyla still holding on to the stock. 186, it tanks through that hit too, still going strong.
Wow, look at this pressure they're putting at the ledge.
Okay.
They're living. That's great DI.
So,
that's what it is.
Skip, if Dyla had gotten that out like an extra like 2 pixels and gotten Lui-Jesus onto the platform for the Bowser Bomb, it would have killed, but instead they have to opt for that F-tilt to take the stock anyway.
Yeah, I mean, hey, now we're, you know, after seeing Lui just get off to that hot start, now they're a little bit behind here. 186 on the Bowser. That's a lot of damage. Jeez.
Yeah, Lui-Jesus started hot, Lui-Jesus started strong, and then Dyla said, this is my game, this is my stage, this is my tournament. 192%, and it's not even gonna matter because they find that runoff fair for the stock. Look at this.
Yeah,
Jab reset, down B into Whirling Fortress, into runoff fair. So smart, so well played, insane.
Yeah, honestly, just a great turnaround, too. I mean, and that's just the power of Bowser, especially when they got that rage popping up. Like, they are just going to start taking some stocks. Why did he stare into my soul?
Hey,
right to the camera. He's like, hey, start talking nice things about me. Start saying some nice things. Like, I have been.
Nothing but good things. Shields through that Sun Salutation too, pushes Lui-Jesus onto the ledge, but that's not necessarily the worst thing to be if you're a Wii Fit trainer. Lui-Jesus does try and come back onto stage almost immediately and eats an up throw fair for his troubles.
There we go. Nice parry into the Whirling Fortress. I mean, that's how you know Bowser's got a great punish game, when they Whirling Fortress out of shield. Either way, though, I mean, Bowser does have a lot of really good punish options outside of that, so you do have to be careful landing on their shield or just kind of throwing out some moves, especially that tough guy armor as well. They can get some really strong punishes on you, building up a lot of damage. That is going to be a flying slam, not the kill, but 104. Whoa!
That was really weird. So it looks like Dyla tough guyed through the first hit of Nair, but wasn't able to tough guy through the second hit, and that resulted in that hitbox being shifted really weirdly.
Okay, that would make sense for sure, but wow, Lui almost getting that back air. These guys are just sliding at each other now.
They're just holding forward, man. But that side B, that Bowser Bomb onto the ledge is going to be enough for the KO this time. Actually, I think the side B is Flying Slam, down B is Bowser Bomb. Correction on myself.
Yeah. Stupid.
Before chat can correct me, I correct myself.
But either way, right now, Dyla's going to continue to dominate here, building up some damage, more of that Whirling Fortress action. It was 144 as well. That's a lot of... Oh, okay, didn't get as much damage as he probably could have. And held on to the up smash a little too long. Lui not gonna be able to get the stock, but again, this is Bowser at full rage, and that's Bowser at full dead.
Bowser at full in the blast zone. Going to be coming back up to the... What'd you say?
Never mind.
Huh?
I felt like that ball came out of nowhere. Maybe it blended in with the stage. I didn't see it at first, but I felt like it just it disappeared out of nowhere. And you can't do what you want.
Lui needs to be very careful with how they do that stall in midair while charging that deep breathing, because if they're not careful about it, Dyla will absolutely just do runoff fair and ruin your day for that.
Oh, Dyla definitely wanted to land with that forward air, but the platform actually stopped them at that one point. So, I mean, they weren't able to get the option that they wanted, but still, they're still in a pretty solid spot. Rolling forward just for a little bit of extra percentage here, 139. But now Lui on the offensive, just barely missing that forward air, the forward throw off the stage. Definitely trying to something a little bit cheeky with that ball.
There's going to be the KO there. Just run up fair, catching the jump get up off ledge, but Dyla not one to be left behind for too long. He's going to be searching for this KO here and gets it with the side B onto the top platform, or the side platform rather, to take out the stock, and now we're even one stock apiece, 0-0.
Ooh, okay.
2 phantom footstools?
Hey, man, sometimes you just got to be throwing that out there. It kind of catches your opponent off guard because they're not expecting... The first time, it's usually like, oh, that happened. The second time, they tried to extend the hitbox on that with the ball, and that would have been the game. I think, especially with deep breathing out. That would have been crazy. Yeah,
that would have been absolutely insane if they had managed to hit it, but I'm still kind of in awe of the double phantom footstool, to be honest with you.
Oh, they were able to convert onto that ledge guard, or the edge guard, and to be able to close out that stock. That's really unfortunate, but Lui with a big grab here. Can he do anything with it? All right. Woo! Just runs up, slaps him.
Run up, and then takes a pose. Shows off to the camera, takes game number 2. Takes a drink of water. Stay hydrated.
Hydrate?
Skiff, what do you think?
Up?
What do you think is gonna happen going into game number 3?
Dude, they're just gonna start pressing more buttons and just going at each other. I do think that Lui needs to be he's got some strong openings, right? Where he just absolutely pops off for a bunch of damage and can really extend these hitboxes, or these combos, I mean. But they gotta be a little more respectful, I think, for Dyla, because Dyla can... I mean, honestly, it just takes a couple strong hits for them, and we know how aggressive they'll be. Like, if they feel like there's a kill to be had, they're gonna go find it.
Yeah, for sure, and we're actually going to be going to Dyla's counter pick of Town and City for this game number 3, which is interesting because we saw PS2 for the first 2. Now, this is a very volatile stage in this matchup because we will see Bowser killing ridiculously early, but WeFit with deep breathing will also be killing ridiculously early, so it's just going to be about who can control the tempo of the match, because whoever is controlling that tempo is going to be able to find some stupid early kills and just snowball a lead even harder.
Did you see that 64% out of that? They got on the stage with the Nair. Up tilt, up air for 64%. That's insane to think about. But it's definitely what the power of deep breathing has in store. So, I mean, Dyla does have to take that into consideration. Be a little careful here. I thought they were going to go for the Bowser bomb. That was a little scary.
He is going to get the back throw here to send Lui-Jesus deep off stage, and just barely missing out on that fair to KO. Not going to find it. Whoa. Is that another Phantom? Oh, and it's just the run-up down smash.
I don't know, but man, Dyla's definitely finding some strong options here. And that's going to be part of the problem, is that when Bowser's got that rage going on, these side blast zones are very close. He's going for another one. Just barely missing on the hit, too. Oh, Louie's got to be careful, man. Oh, no.
Oh, and here's what I talked about, Skiff. This is what I was talking about earlier with how much this stage causes this matchup to snowball. Sure, Dyla is going to miss out on getting back to ledge this time, but they've got so much of a lead here that if the game progresses the same way it even did during game 1 and 2, this is in the bag for them. So Lui-Jesus definitely has to find some way to make a switch up, or Dyla's just going to finish running away with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely looking a little bit tough here, and especially having a whole stock up too. Gotta be careful. You pointed that out earlier. It's only a matter of time till that Bowser runs off stage with a forward air, just really putting them in an awful position. But Lui just trying to make things happen here. That's a good start. Can they keep it going? Ooh.
Oh, jab reset. Jab reset into the berry, into the F smash. That's not going to be enough to KO there. Bowser's a heavy boy.
I do like that, though. That was a really nice setup. You usually don't see jab resets into jab 1, 2, 3. So
when you've got a jab 1, 2, 3 like Wii Fits that can vary, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I just wasn't expecting it for some reason because no other character can, really gets away with that. But either way, we're gonna land with that nair. At least get some hits going for the forward smash to try and send it all home. And we'll see what they can make happen. They're trying to make this stock survive a little bit longer, but running right into that Sun Salutation is going to be able to put that stock to bed here. Final stocks for both players into Game 3.
I don't know. This is looking like the reverse 3 stock that Lui-Jesus needs to take this set out. He's well on his way. He played that second stock almost flawlessly, just continuously frame trapping Dyla with those soccer balls and with the Sun Salutation, but now he's stuck on the ledge. Now he's trying to get up. Now he's trying to get back up. Dyla gets caught by the nair F tilt. This is a bad spot to be in, but the side B, that should do it. And yes, Dyla moves on into top 8.
Yeah, that's just some strong gameplay right there. Honestly, make a top 8 in a bracket like this. That's definitely a statement to be made. So, honestly, great stuff to them. Nothing else to add. They're going to be moving on to winner's top 8. Like you mentioned, going to be awaiting the winner.
There's
Look
a
at that, popping off of the homies, yeah. Going to be awaiting the winner of Noku and Kamex. So, that's going to be absolutely fire, man. This is going to be a great top 8 for sure.
Yeah, and you said you don't have anything else to add, but I do have a little bit more to add to that match before we move on.
Of course you do.
And it's the fact, shut up. It's the fact of Dyla's ability to control the tempo of the match. We touched on it very briefly, I believe, during Game 2, but I don't think we really got into depth of it. And especially during that Game 3, we saw how hard it could snowball when Dyla got that tempo firmly into their hands. They were able to find that ridiculously early bear kill off the side. And sure, Lui-Jesus very nearly found the reverse 3 stock. But as Dyla was just slowly accumulating damage, they knew that their opportunity would show itself. They stayed calm, they stayed cool, they stayed collected, and they found the stock, found the game, found the set, moved on into top 8, but like you mentioned earlier, that is Zone sitting down at the setup. We're going to be getting into our next set very, very shortly, which is Zone versus Steven, or Stefan. I'm not sure which.
I think it's Stefan. The number 1 seed of this bracket.
The number 1 seed, yes, and a Steve player versus Sephiroth.
Steve Pikachu.
I think they've been solo Steve today, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, could very well be the case, but either way, Steve or Pikachu against Sephiroth, that's going to be a funny matchup. We're going to have to see how Zone can kind of dance around that. I'm sure they have other characters in the bag. I mean, anybody who's been playing a DLC character, unless you've been playing from, like, Joker or whatever, you're going to have at least another character you've been playing for a little bit before then, you know? So we'll see.
There are a couple of people who started playing the game. They only picked up the game based on the addition of a certain DLC character, and then they became good with that character. Like Peckham's a prime example of that.
Oh, yeah, I know that. But, like, what I'm saying is for people who have been here and playing the game since the beginning. That's what I'm getting at.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, last not being an idiot, we'll start that one over. But, yeah, no, Zone, I'm sure, does have another character to kind of dance around with here, especially trying to go against Steve. You want to make sure you have all your options covered and just whatever you can take against this character sometimes, because this character could just show up and just create havoc for so many people.
Yeah, no, Steve he's not an auto win button. Let me go ahead and put that out there. There are some people out there who think that, like, you just pick up Steve and you just start winning. That's how it works. No, it's not how it works. The character does have some absolutely insane and hard to deal with tools, but he's not quite on that level. So he has counterplay, and Skiff, one of the biggest counters to Steve is Sephiroth. A lot of Steve players out there think it might be one of his worst matchups, and there are 2 key reasons why. The first key reason is down B. Down B, if you use it on reaction versus minecart, Steve dies. Steve will die at under 60% if you scintilla his minecart at the ledge.
I guess scintilla definitely plays a big part in that, especially just what Steve can do.
The second reason is that you can cover so much space both with fair and bear and also that neutral B. And so Steve doesn't have the ability to just put up a wall and start mining, because if he puts himself in the corner with a wall up, Sephiroth's F-tilt reaches you through that wall and you don't get the opportunity to create that space and start mining. So I think Zone, especially with how confident we saw that Sephiroth was much, much earlier, I think this is going to be maybe an opportunity to upset the first seed of this.
Well, we got someone making a bold claim in the chat here saying that Stefan gets a lot of practice against Sephiroth, and they're going to look really silly if Zone is able to work this one out. But you know what? It's definitely going to be a tough challenge for Zone either way, because Stefan is the #1 seed in this bracket for a good reason.
Listen, all I'm saying is that I watched, I forgot which tournament was at, but I was watching Yanni and Ned practice, and this matchup just looks bad.
I mean, hey, we'll see. I mean, Ned is on a different level.
Ned is kind of built different, but we will see how this goes. But I am going.